If you're like me, you need a simple way of showing up consistently on Instagram. You don't want to feel like you are on a constant content hamster wheel, yet you do want to show up, be creative, and share value with your audience. So this is my guide for busy online business owners who need to fit content into their lives. Now, this is what you're going to start with. We're taking imperfect action. We're working on our systems. We're getting content out the door, knowing that it is going to get stronger over time. Okay. I think so many of us have this idea in our head of what our perfect content style is or what our perfect piece of content looks like. And that can really hold us back. So for now, we're just going to focus on creating content, of getting in the flow for that. And then you can improve your storytelling and lean into more creative styles as you grow. So I have 5 simple steps for you that is going to make this process much easier. Step number 1 is to come up with a simple posting schedule that you're happy with. The idea here is to cut down on decision fatigue. Right now, you're probably starting each week with way too many questions like, what should I post? How many times? What platforms? And that is taking up too much time and energy. Structure actually makes it way easier to show up. When you have a million different options of what you could do, it very quickly becomes overwhelming. So here's the content schedule I've created. It's 1 post per day on the feed and 3 stories per day. That's it. Yes, I know that I could absolutely do more, but this feels doable. And even with the content itself, I know that I'm going to have to keep it simple. Yes, I have all these other complicated content types I would like to create, but for now, I just have to keep it simple. So not only have I decided how many posts are going to go out per day, I've also decided what type of post that is. So I'm going to share this calendar with you as a Canva template so that you can customize it for your own business as well. Just click the link in the description below to grab it. So it feels so nice to know that each week I just have to post 2 carousels or a simple picture and caption. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm posting a B-roll reel of the topic I've posted in my YouTube video, because that's my YouTube schedule, Tuesday and Thursday. And then on Wednesday, I'm going to do 1 original face-to-camera reel, and that's it. So having that clarity, that simplicity feels so nice. And then for stories, I have a really nice and simple content types that I want to share and some important reminders in here for me. For example, sharing my freebies enough and sharing testimonials enough. So grab that template and customize your posting schedule. Step number 2 is to organize all B-roll on your phone. You probably have so many clips right now that could be used as a simple reel. So I'm talking a bit of B-roll and then text on top. Again, because we're keeping it simple. So grab your phone and open your camera roll, and you're going to go through and organize any clip that you think could be used as a background of a reel. So this is something you can get in the habit of. If there's ever a location that you like, just grab your phone and take a 10 to 15 second clip of you doing something at that location. So for example, we just went on a trip to Bocas del Toro here in Panama. It was amazing. And so from that trip, I have a lot of really great clips, but I need to organize them in order to actually post them. So let's do it. For example, I have this one here. Okay, cool. This one here. And this one right here. So you want to put all of these into a new album. I would go ahead and title this B-roll and the year. So take your time doing this. I think you'll be amazed at what you have. And also while you're doing this, I would be looking for photos as well, because not only can you just sometimes post a photo as a background for an Instagram story with some text on top, but you can also just share static photos to your feed. What I love that I've been seeing people do a lot is taking a photo, adding some text on top, and then creating a carousel out of that. And I think that's a really nice and simple way to share a more personal photo, but a lesson on top as well. So by the end of this, you should have 2 folders, one for your video clips and one for your still photos. All right, next we are going to move over to your project management tool of choice. My absolute favorite is Asana, so I'm going to open that up and show you how I have this set up. All right, so here's my marketing and sales board in Asana. And as you can see here under weekly guide, I have that content calendar nice and easily accessible. All right, so we're going to use this as a base. Then I'm going to flip over into calendar view, and I'm going to start to write down some ideas. So for example, let's say that I wanted to add a reel over here on Wednesday. I'm going to click on that and write in my topic. Okay. And then the way I do it is I click on the task and then I tag this with the content type that it is. So you're going to go through, you're going to flip back and forth between your guide and then your real calendar, and you're going to write in some ideas. Now, as you can see with mine, I already have my YouTube topics in here. And as you can see, I'm taking that YouTube video and I'm using that as the base. And then I'm also turning that into a reel, a story, and an email. Okay, so that's been a really simple way for me to organize this because I don't want to clutter my calendar unnecessarily. I want this to look and feel simple for me, for my brain, and then also for organizational purposes as well. Okay, so I just go in, write my idea for a post. Great. And then I'm going to quickly tag it as a reel. Now, it can be really difficult to figure out, okay, but what am I actually going to share? So what I've done is underneath my weekly guide, I've also jotted down for me like, okay, here are my core topics. These are the things that I want to talk about on my platforms again and again, right? So a simple, streamlined business. And then I need to talk about the topics that are related to the products that I sell. So here I have organizing and Asana, I have online courses and scalable products, and then I have systematizing your business and life and growth strategies. So anything that I share can fit under those umbrellas and just helps to have that reminder right here. But it can also be really difficult to just start to try coming up with ideas like that. So where I recommend you go next is repurposing past content. So many of us share great content, but we'll share it like once and then never again. So I actually recommend that instead of just starting to write down topics, now go over and go through past content that you've already created and repurpose that to get you started and to get in flow of creating. So for me, I'll be going through past YouTube videos, grabbing some lessons that I've shared previously and turning that into a simple B-roll reel with a video and then text on top. So as you do that, you'll see that then more ideas are going to come to mind. It's going to get easier and easier for you to then fill out the rest of your calendar. Okay, so once you've done that, you will have a bunch of ideas, but we need to get this created. And I would highly recommend that you get in the habit of creating ahead of time. We are going for a simple, less stressful, I'm not going to say stress-free, but we are going for a simple, less stressful online business. So working ahead of schedule is really going to be one of those key things that helps you achieve that. So now what you're going to do is you're going to start to actually create, and you're going to do this ahead of time. So the way that I recommend you do that is use the tool Plan. This is going to allow you to create all your content ahead of time, upload it to Plan, and then it can either auto post for you or it can notify you on your phone and then you manually post if you need to do something extra, like add a trending audio, for example. So a few other tools I wanted to mention that can make the actual creation process easier. Number one is templating whatever you can. So for example, here is my carousel template. So I'm not having to recreate a new design every time. I have a template and I'm going to stick with that for all of my carousel posts. And tool number two is ChatGPT. Now, it's a helpful tool. I think it can help you repurpose the content that we're talking about. So you could post in a video transcript or past blog post and then get it to pull out some individual lessons for you and reformat as B-roll text or as a caption. So I think that can be helpful. It's not the greatest at coming up with completely original content, but as a tool to help you edit, remix, I think that it's great. So those are my 5 steps that I hope will make showing up on Instagram so much simpler for you this year. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, let me know by giving it a thumbs up. Let me know any questions in the comments down below. And don't forget to get your weekly content calendar template. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.